want to assure His Excellency John Dramani Mahama that we shall not let him down come December 2024. Your Excellency, we are all suffering because our own northern brother Bawumia has totally destroyed the economy of Ghana. But we have hope that you will come and rescue us. My northern brothers and sisters, I am excited about John Dramani Mahama's promise to expand the Tamale water supply project to cater for both residential and commercial purposes. This is because water is life. And I thank President Mahama for making this important promise. Are you excited about this promise? Are you excited about the promise? The North is ready for change. The whole country is ready for change. And inshallah, there will be change come 7th December 2024 in favor of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to lead us to build the Ghana we all want. Together with my colleague regional chairman in the 5 northern regions, we promise to restore the glory of the NDC in the North. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish to welcome you all to Tamale for this historic event. I thank you and may God bless us all. Thank you very much. Balakati Dibe.
Your Excellency, the incoming President of the Republic of Ghana, let me continue on existing protocol. The election that we are faced with is a very crucial election. It will determine the future direction of our country. Whether we will continue on the path of corruption, economic and financial mismanagement that has inflicted so much hardship, or that we will get back on the track of good governance, prosperity and fairness to all. Your Excellency, for us in the North, it is an even more challenging election because for the first time in the history of the Fourth Republic, we have 2 candidates who are all from the North. These 2 candidates have a track record of having served as vice president before. One served as a vice president of President Evans Atta Mills, and during that period, he served as the chairman of the economic management team of this country. As chairman of the economic management team, in 2010, he produced the best economic growth, not only in the history of Ghana, but in the whole world, 14% GDP growth in 2010. That was the economic growth that the then chairman of the economic management team of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama, delivered to Ghana. The second northern candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is the economic management team chairman of the NPP government, even though he has been running away from that fact, I served as presidential spokesperson, and I know that the vice president is the chairman of the economic management team of the NPP government. Under his leadership, this country has suffered a near economic collapse. Our banking sector has collapsed, our finances has collapsed, we have become one of the most indebted countries, and poverty has become very ripe. So the challenge that confronts us, the people of the North, is to make a choice between these two people. One that has a track record of collapsing our economy and finances, and one that has a track record of delivering the best economic record that this country has ever experienced. Ayazu! 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 Who will we vote for? John Dramani Mahama. The MPP is asking us, what has John Dramani Mahama done that we should return him as a president? What has he done for the North? I am going to begin counting. If you remember, we had to always go to Accra in order to fly to Mecca. Is that not it? John Dramani Mahama did the first development of the Tamale International Airport and converted it into an international airport. And today we fly from Tamale to Mecca to perform Hajj. We are not far away from the Tamale Regional Hospital. Phase 2 of the Tamale Teaching Hospital was done by who? John Dramani Mahama. Ayazu, do you remember the Eastern Corridor roads? The Eastern Corridor roads, the northern sector of the Eastern Corridor road, the northern stretch from Nakwayili to Bimbila, from Bimbila to Yendi, from Yendi to Gushegu was done by who? John Dramani Mahama. Ayazu. Again, the road from Gambaga to Waliwali, the hometown of Baumia, was done by who? John Dramani Mahama. That beautiful 147-kilometer road from Sola to Damangu to Fufsu was done by who? John Dramani Mahama. The Gambaga College of Nursing, was done by who? John Dramani Mahama. The renovation, expansion, redevelopment of the Upper East Regional Hospital was done by who? John Dramani Mahama. Ayazu, the Tamde Dam in the Upper East region, in Boku, Timpani, and Garu. Phase 1 was done by who? John Dramani Mahama. Ayaza, the Nandom and Tumu midwifery colleges were done by who? John Dramani Mahama. Boku, my own town, the Boku Town Water Project was done by who? John Dramani Mahama. The Laura and Wa Nurses Training College was built by who? John Dramani Mahama. The Upper West Regional Hospital was done by who? John Dramani Mahama. Ladies and gentlemen, I can continue counting until tomorrow. Indeed, many of the projects in the North that the NPP has run back to and are busily financing in order to score cheap political points were all initiated by John Dramani Mahama. So let no one deceive you that John Dramani Mahama has not done anything for the North. Many schools, secondary schools, were constructed, initiated by John Dramani Mahama. Many roads have been done by him. Rural electrification across the 3 northern regions were advanced seriously during the tenure of John Dramani Mahama.
Thank you.
So please do not be deceived that John hasn't done anything, for which reason we should not send him back to the Flagstaff House. Ayazu. So the choice before us is a very, very important one, and the message is simple, that come December 7th, all of us in the North should root for John Dramani Mahama and vote him to come back and continue the development of the North. Ayazu.
Your Excellency, the former President of Ghana, and inshallah, come 7th December, the incoming President of this great country. Let me also stand on the established protocols to make my submissions to Ghanaians and the people of Northeast region who are listening to us this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana, the reality in Ghana today is that we are experiencing the ugliest government ever. The reality in Ghana today is that we are experiencing the maladministration of the most deceptive people in Ghana. And for that reason, this coming election is a very important election. And I want to inform Ghanaians that the critical considerations for casting our vote on the 7th of December must not be about lofty promises. Our critical and foundations for the voting and decisions that we have to make at the polling stations must not be considerations for religion. Neither should it be about ethnicity. It is about trustworthiness of a leader that can rescue this nation from the ditch the clueless government has put us into. Yay! The MPP administration currently in 2016 and in 2020 crafted lofty promises. Unfortunately for the people of the Northeast region, the charge for the great deception Ghana is facing today was led by my own brother, His Excellency the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Today, I want to inform all of you and all Ghanaians that the deception of this government is clearly manifested even in the hometown of the Vice President. The Palugu multi-purpose dam, the sort was cut in 2019, and today $12 million have been squandered and shared among themselves with the tacit approval of my own brother, who during the cut sodden took the Nairi, no less a person but the Nairi himself, with his paramountcies in the Upper East region and the Northeast region to witness this great deception. And today, the $12 million that was meant for the construction of the dam has been shared, unfortunately, with the tacit approval of my own brother, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Ayazu, it is the same very Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia who promised the people of Walwali that they were going to do a watermelon factory. Today, 8 years down the lane, the MPP administration has only an empty container by the road to show for the 8 years of the administration. Can we trust such a personality? Can we trust such a person? Can we trust such a person? Let me give you more of the deception. It is the same brother of mine, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who assembled the people of this north to cut short for the construction, the dualization of the road from Walawali to Tamale. Today, there is no constructor on site. Suddenly enough, he made sure the chiefs and people of the north witnessed yet again another deception. Again, I want to give you another deception. My brother once again didn't shy away from carrying his deception to Yendi, where he stood before the Yana and promised the construction of an airstrip in Yendi. Today, as we speak, there is nothing like an airstrip in Yendi. Can we trust my brother, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia? Can we trust him to be truthful with us? Can we trust him to be trustworthy? My brothers, that is not all about the deception. So this particular election, everyone listening to us today must agree that the critical element to determine who to vote for is trustworthiness. And today, based on the records of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the record of my brother as a vice president, we know that we can trust the visionary John Dramani Mahama to deliver and rescue this nation truthfully.
Your Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, once a president, always a president, and the flag bearer of the NDC, permit me to stand on existing protocols for brevity's sake. Choboy! Choboy! NDC, MFA. Very good, very good. Do you know that the biggest threat to our democracy is corruption? It is not what we are seeing happening around us in the other countries. It is corruption. And this is corruption that has been presided over by this government, this NPP government. But today, what we have to do is to promise one another and to promise John Mahama that we will set the bar high when it comes to zero tolerance with respect to corruption. Fellow comrades, the reality we are faced with today is that our politics has become so monetized that these people believe that everybody can be bought at a price, and we have to prove them wrong. We have to tell them enough is enough. The money that they received from the World Bank for the re-engineering of the Garrett project that they squandered, and people are now sharing, that money is not going to make a change to the lives of Ghanaians. That money is not going to improve the economy. The pillars of good governance include transparency, accountability, probity, integrity. But all of these starts with us. When we come to power, we must uphold those principles and guard them dearly if we are to protect this fourth republic of ours. Choboy, are we going to make sure that we put an end to the blatant corruption that we are seeing in Ghana? Then we must vote for the NDC. Remember that the people of Ghana hold the NDC to a higher standard. And so what it is that people tolerate from these people, they will not tolerate from us. We are at a precipice with the highest level of youth unemployment, with the most polarized society that we have ever seen, with recruitment that has been happening on the blind side of Ghanaians. All of this is a form of corruption. And so if we are gathered here today to launch this campaign, it must stand on principles that cannot be bought with money. We do need money, but we will not be bought. We must make sure that come December 7th, no one can come to any of our agents and offer them money to betray the people of Ghana. Choboy! Are we going to protect the ballot box for the people of Ghana? Are we going to wait till the announcement of the election result before we go to bed? Each of us has a duty to protect the ballot box. Each of us has a duty to preach the good word of the NDC. On his tour of Ghana, President Mahama has promised to deal with corruption, but he cannot do it alone. We must do it together. The fight against corruption is not a fight for one person. It is a fight that we must all take, which means that whether you are at the branch level, at the regional level, constituency level, national level, wherever you find yourself, whichever part of Ghana you find yourself, we must put an end to this waste of our resources, the squandering of our resources, the theft of our state lands, the nepotism that we are seeing. All of these are making very, very shaky the foundations that are holding this democracy together. Are we going to protect this fourth republic? Are we going to protect this fourth republic? Then we must do so by protecting the ballot box come December 7th.
Thank you.
Choboy! This is a big fight. We must all be above monetization. Do not allow yourself to be misled by the money that people will bring your way. If they could not do it in 7.5 years, the extra 4 months that we have is not going to change the way they do things. Vote for John Mahama, vote for the NDC, vote for your NDC parliamentary candidate, and let us turn this country around and put this country back on the right track. God bless you all. Thank you.
Hey! Hey!
Reporting live here from the Jubilee Park. This is your daughter, your sister, your mother, Pumaya Shamima Muslim, Matang Al-Hassan Bangu, together with the greater Katamansu family. I am so honored at the welcome that you have given to me, the people of Tamale and the entire northern regions. I am your proud daughter. Thank you. Until recently, many of you knew me as the host of Eyewitness News and Metro Television. And so I know that when you saw me on TV speaking for the great NDC, some of you were surprised. But I was surprised at your surprise. Because knowing me, you know that I have a passion for accountability and justice. This is why I am today speaking for the NDC. You see, character is everything in leadership. Today our nation is in crisis. Our nation is at the crossroads because of the deep mismanagement and recklessness of the new patriotic party under the leadership of Nana Akufo-Addo, Bawumia and Napo. Today, they tell us that we should let them break the 8. Will we let them break the 8? I was heartbroken as a breastfeeding mother when I took my little girl to the clinic and I was told then that there was shortage of vaccines. This was the same time that our president, the vanguard of democracy, was busily flying luxurious private jets across the length and breadth of this world, spraying us with bath water and telling us to tighten our belts. Is this a leader we should trust? Is this a government that cares for the people? Don't think so. I felt sad and I even cried when I learned later on that 17 helpless Ghanaians lost their lives. They died because the renal unit at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital had been closed down because of government's indebtedness to it. At the same time, over $2 million had been allocated to the office of the presidency. Exactly what are they doing in that office? Should we remind them? Should we remind them? Should we remind them that today more than ever Ghanaians are suffering in unprecedented levels? Should we remind them that we see grand corruption of monumental proportions and nepotism? Should we remind them? Should we remind them that we will remember their extreme arrogance of office and power come December 7th?
I stand here to give you some good news. Good news goes to our gallant farmers. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is a farmer, and so he cares for farmers. There is nobody in this country who can solve the problems of farmers if not His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, because he himself is a farmer. How is he going to do this? That is the question that is running through your minds. He is going to establish a scheme operating Feed Yourself and Industries. You are going to farm to feed yourself. You are going to farm to feed our industries. How are we going to do this? He is going to establish farmer service centers across the region where farm inputs, technology, and what have you be provided. 3 days ago, I got a call from a community, Dakurupe. They want a tractor to come and farm for them. We couldn't get a tractor. I got a call from Bagler. They want a tractor to come and farm for them. They couldn't get a tractor. I got a call from Dolly. They want fertilizer. They couldn't get fertilizer. The person to provide the fertilizer, the person to bring the tractors, the person to ensure that will give a new face to agriculture and make agriculture attractive, sexy, not only for the youth, but everybody in this country. It's His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is going to establish a sustainable irrigation scheme to ensure 27 all year round agriculture. That is why we are saying that those dugouts that you were promised, one village, one dam, that fraudulent project will be written off. His Excellency's administration is going to establish agro-processing industries, and these industries will be encouraged to apply to the 24-hour economy scheme so that they are able to produce day in, day out to create more jobs for the teeming youth of this great nation. We are assuring you that it is only John Dramani Mahama who can do this.
Let me stand on the existing protocol, but uniquely to recognize the man who is going to be the next president of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and his running mate, Asiedu. Before I start saying something, let me first of all recognize the pain many of us have gone through in the last 7 years or more. Those who have been neglected because they did not vote for the president. He said it in Volta region. Those who we lost during the elections because of what they stood for in Agyemang. The many people who we lost in West Central because of serial killing in West Central
in Agyemang, in Bole. I'm recognizing them and I'm paying my tribute to them, because with all these things that happened, the president of Ghana said nothing about it, did not share his condolences, appeared to be unconcerned about everything that happened. But we noticed that he almost came to tears when he heard that somebody in the United States was killed. Today, we are talking about the next elections, and we are talking about somebody who cares, who shares his commitment to develop the whole country, whether you support him or not. At least we have seen it in central region, and we have seen it in especially Ashanti region. Ladies and gentlemen, and comrades and friends, I would like to share with you some very interesting things that happened and that were promises made because of the transformative agenda His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is focused to put in place. I keenly followed the President's Building Ghana tour in all the 5 regions of Ghana. And I have taken note of the many things he professes to do for the northern part of Ghana. And I believe that after listening to the many things he decides to do for us, the positive focus he has on us, and the desire for him to see a change northern sector of this country, if you were thinking whether to vote for him or not, I believe very strongly you would have made up your mind. Apart from the many things he's here to mention, I believe all that he said for now may have convinced many of you. We know that one of the major factors for development of a people is that they have something to commit their energy on. We know that cotton was a key material we produced in the northern sector of the country. And in the end, the industry collapsed. The president to be, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has committed himself to revive the cotton industry in the north. It's going to be a commitment in line of the 24-hour economy, in which the northern people who are involved in this sector will get jobs. It will reduce poverty. It will create opportunity for us to show commitment to what we believe in and what we can do to better our lives. For the people of Tamale, are you here? Is Tamale here? Now this is a promise to you. His Excellency the President to be is jesting and saying, and with one of the areas of commitments, he says that your problem with water will be solved.
Water problem will be solved in Greater Tamale.
This is coming from his northern region commitment to develop the region. He says that Tamale is very central. You have challenges in water. He will expand the Tamale water project to ensure that you have no problem with water. He also suggests, and he is committing to us, that entrepreneurs will be developed in all the northern regions to help you focus, to help young people get jobs. He will ensure that he provides money from Exim Bank to all of you who are willing to go into entrepreneurship to develop on your own.
Right.
In Tamale, once again, are the Tamale people here? He is promising you a new abattoir. A place where you will kill your animals and in a hygienic way treat them.
new abattoir.
A modern abattoir. So you will have no problem in treating your meat and getting it sold.
Right. Thank you.
For all the northern,
Thank you.
5 northern regions, this is a message for you.
Right.
We have heard about the Eastern Corridor. We have heard about the challenge we face in the Kwadugu Dam project.
Thank
the
you.
President is now saying, and as we mentioned here, he will start, commence, and complete the Kwadugu multipurpose dam.
Kwadugu will be completed. Thank you, Honorable.
The NDC is on the verge of bringing the man who brings credibility, who brings delivery and performance to the office of the president. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is the man. What you see is what you get. I can assure you that with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama at the helm, you are not going to see the president at the two-toll lane selling mobile phones for 1 cedi, 2 cedi. We will find a solution to fix the unemployment of our problem of our country and create opportunity for our youth. Let me tell you that the only political party that has a history of fixing challenging economies in our country is the NDC. Our descendants through His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, Professor Kwetey and the rest dealt with a much bigger economic problem in 1983, even after 1 million of our youth returned from Nigeria. Today, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is the only man standing that has the capacity and experience to turn this economy around. And I'm very sure that the people of Ghana will not regret for bringing this man back to the office. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, if we see you at tiptoe lane selling mobile phones to our unemployed youth as a solution to rural unemployment, we will sack you from the presidency. One thing I can assure you is that His Excellency will bring policies that will mainstream employment for our youth and bring food to the table. We are suffering from cost crisis. Cost of living is very high, and then you ask your flag bearer, how are you going to solve the problem of unemployment? How are you going to solve the problem of the city? How are you going to make sure that there's food on the table? He says that he will give the youth 1 mobile phone so that they pay 1 cedi, 2 cedi. We are better visionary leaders in John Dramani Mahama and Her Excellency Naana Opoku Agyemang. Come January 7, 2025, there will be a new paradigm shift and Ghana will work again. Choboy! Choboy!
You know, I cannot succeed without the youth wing and the women's wing. So you can see today we are all here. The campaign manager, the commander of the youth wing, and the commander of the women's wing. With these two people, we have finished the campaign. Repeat after me. We have finished the campaign. We have finished the campaign. But why are we here? Why are we here? We are here to launch the fight against state capture. We are here to fight and move to the Flaster House come January 7, 2025. But like you know, this election is different. Democracy, like I've always said, is about our welfare. It's about our welfare. So when you talk about democracy, it's not like a football match between Bewa United and Savannah Stars. No. It's not like a football match between RTU and Northern Arrows. No. It's our welfare. In a football match, your team wins, you go and drink beer and you sleep. But this one is about your community development. It's about Ghana moving forward. And what do you see today? We are moving in the wrong direction. And that's why we are launching the vote for change today. And the commanders who are going to lead us, we have the National Youth Organizer and we have the Women's Organizer. You see, as we've always been saying, these people, they will lose and they will hand over peacefully. Even common hotels, they hand over peacefully, let alone the main election. So those who making noise, they will hand over and run away. And we are showing everybody here, we are going to protect your vote. So go and vote. Be very confident, go and vote, and we shall protect the vote.
Hey! Hey!
Repeat after me. We are going to protect the vote. We are going to protect the vote. And I assure you, nobody should move out of the place. After we vote, we will be there. Why is John Mama coming back? We have a lot of policies that we have learned now. But one key one is about the apprenticeship. Unemployment. The youth of today, our main problem is unemployment. But you see, not all of us would like to go to university. Not all of us have the talent to go to university. But some of us have the talent to do other things. We are going to make you realize your talent and move on. So His Excellency John Mama is going to pump in a lot of resources towards the apprenticeship. And after you finish, we will give you the resources to start. And this is how other countries develop. You are going to make sure that our country develops to the level of pride. I have here with my two strong personalities, so I will hand over the mic to they say ladies first, eh? to my women organizer to say a word.
Choboy, Ayeza. Your Excellency President John Dramani Mahama and the First Lady, Her Excellency Lordina Dramani Mahama, and our Vice President Professor Naana Jane Opoku Agyemang, and I beg to stand on all existing protocols. Eyezu, I'll be brief. I'm addressing the women of this nation. Women, we are more than the men. So when we say we are suffering, because we are suffering. Anytime women are empowered, there is peace in our homes. 2024 election is not a normal election. It's an election for the freedom of the Ghanaian woman. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has given us a woman as a vice president. So this is an election where the women, we have to move forward. We have to fight. We have to work. We have to vote. It's an election where they are going to establish, when we win elections, the Women's Bank is going to be established for every woman, for the hawker, for the market woman, for the one by the roadside, for the woman farmer, agribusiness, for the economic empowerment of the government. This is the election that is bringing peace to our homes. This is the election that is bringing dignity back to the Ghanaian woman. This is an election that is going to make Ghana again, so that we, the women, the old women, our children, our husbands, we can sleep in peace. My dear women, go out there and vote. Work hard. Go and talk about the good news and make sure that President John Dramani Mahama is elected. And as they said, we are telling them that we prefer 2 years John Dramani Mahama government over 8 years of NPP government. So those who say that he's coming 4 years, we are okay with John Dramani Mahama's 2 years government, because the women will be economically empowered. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Tamale Kaula. Asiedu. When I say change, when I say Ghana, you shall change is coming. Ghana. Tamale. Colleagues, if our country is going to make progress, if Ghana is going to be the Ghana you and I want, then to the young people of this country, this is a clarion call to all of us, that we step out, support the NDC and the vision of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, so that he rescues this country from the hands of the inept, corrupt NPP administration. I have 3 messages for some people in government. The first is to the president we elected. We elect governments to solve problems. We've elected again, that has become a problem. We are urging another Adinkra and the NPP government that comes 7th December, they should hand over a peaceful country to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. To the police IGP, we are aware of the recruitment that is ongoing, and I am telling the police force, as the leader of the biggest political party in Ghana, if they continue, we will mobilize young people in this country to go to where they are recruiting, because every Ghanaian is entitled to be recruited into the police force. My last message is to the Electoral Commission. My last message is to the Electoral Commission. Madam Jane Mensa comes 7th December, and any officer who is given the opportunity to go to a polling station. We are not asking anybody to cheat for NDC. We are very confident we are winning the elections. But woe unto any man born of a woman who would dare go to any police station and do the untoward. We face them squarely. And let me remind you, we were in Asiedu. We protected the ballot in Asiedu. And we will protect the ballot at the peril of our lives. Come in December. We are looking for a Ghana that we all want. We are looking for a Ghana that our dreams and aspirations can be met. If there is a young person here, I believe in the vision of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. When he promises, he does it. I am assuring you that President Mahama's government is the key to the solution to the unemployment that faces all of us. We are urging all of you that mobilize yourself, become a volunteer, and fight for the salvation of our country. Let's leave no stone unturned. And on 7th December, let's deliver a resounding victory, not for John Mahama, not for George Oparado, not for Asiedu Nketiah, or not for Prof. Opoku, but for you as a Ghanaian. Because the future is bright and the future.
Thank you very much.
And may God be with you all.
My name is Bandem Hannah, the SLC who come for Bagabaga College of Education, and I deem it a great privilege to stand before all of you this evening. I am representing
each and every student of this country who is ready for change. Today, as I stand here, I am sad and happy at the same time. I am sad because the country is in a mess. And at the same time, I am happy because there is a man and a woman who is coming to take us from out of this mess. And I believe we are all ready for this. This evening, as I said earlier on, I am sad because these governments have made us we are suffering. That is what I'm trying to say. We are suffering, and so therefore we need change. And for a change to come, we will need someone who is passionate, somebody that has the country at heart to rescue us from this mess. And so therefore, I am here to preach the gospel of John Dramani Mahama to each and everybody here, that if indeed we need change, that we must come together as one and vote him to become the next president of this country, so that the change we want, we will indeed get it. I know Ghana is a land of rich resources, and for it to be managed well, we will need a man that we can trust, a man that is transparent, a man that we can depend on, a man that has the country at heart, a man that will lead the country with the heart and not the head. And so therefore, I am calling on each and every one of us that come December 7th, 2024, let us come out and vote for this man, for the change we want, for him to reset this country for us. Permit me to quote this from the late former president, J.J. Rawlings. He said that John Dramani Mahama is a president for the future. And anytime I listen to this, it touches my heart. And so therefore, we need somebody that will rescue us, somebody that will help us to become those people we want to become. So therefore, I am calling on each and every one. I am charging each and every one of us that can you imagine? Let me go to the education sector. I am in the teacher college, training college. And for the past June 14th, our lecturers have been on strike up to date. And the government is doing nothing to make sure these lecturers comes back to the classroom. What then becomes of we the students? So come December 7th, I am calling and I am charging each and every one of us to come out. Let's vote for His Excellency, the former President John Dramani Mahama, to save us from this mess. Thank you.
On my way to Tamale, I was told this was going to be the most electrifying place in the whole of Africa. And I can say to a fact that you guys have not disappointed me at all. Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the next president of the Republic of Ghana. Her Excellency, the First Lady, delectable, adorable, incredible Lordina Mahama, I stand on all the existing protocols. Today, I stand in front of you as Ghanaians with a strong conviction that we need that change that we've been yearning for. And that's why I stand here today to endorse His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as the next president of the Republic of Ghana. I endorse President Mahama because he embodies the leadership and vision of our country, one that needs to be done in this very turbulent time in our country's history. Before the time of the last millennium, we saw him in 1996 serving his people of Balibamboy, rising through the ranks to become the commander-in-chief in this country. Do you think Mahama is capable of taking Ghana to the next level? Yes. As I endorse him, I don't know about you, but I'm voting for John Mahama because he truly has the youth of this country at heart. I believe in him because he's a leader who accepts when he's at fault and makes an effort to amend things. He resolves things. I have no doubt that the John Mahama 24-hour economy will create decent jobs for the youth in all sectors, including the creative arts and, of course, hospitality sectors. Even more exciting is its promise to train 1 million Ghanaian youth in coding and invest 3 billion, into ICT to create 300,000 jobs. Many of our young people are done with university and they are staying at home doing nothing. We need that change. Ghana, we need that change.
Yes.
To the youth of this country, we all know that Nketiah, is this how you want to live? To the youth of this country, is this how you want to live?
No.
Encourage your family members, call your friends, anyone who is above 18 years, go out in your numbers on the 7th of December to vote John Dramani Mahama. Your Excellency, you've done this before. Come the 7th of December, we're going to the polls and we're going to elect you. We know that you take this country to the next level, and that's why we're all here to support you. God bless John Mahama. God bless the great NDC, and God bless Ghana.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, the leader and the flag bearer of the great NDC. Colleagues, let me also stand on existing protocol to address you. Let me start by saying that on behalf of the NDC Minority Caucus in Parliament, we extend our warm greetings to all of you here in Tamale. Comrades, ladies and gentlemen, our country is in a mess, a gargantuan mess, a big fat mess. In fact, Ghana is in trouble. This Akufo-Addo and Bawumia government has been a monumental failure. It has been 8 good years of lies, lies, and more lies. 8 years of impunity and lawlessness. 8 years of recklessness and cruelessness. It has been 8 years of no jobs and joblessness. 8 years of no hope and hopelessness. 8 years of hardship, misery, and ahocher. 8 years of taxes, and more tax. 8 years of borrowing, more borrowing, and in fact, over borrowing. 8 years of illegal printing of money at the Bank of Ghana. 8 years of illegality. 8 years of wastage. 8 years of non-performance. 8 years of poor governance. 8 years of massive uncontrolled corruption. 8 years of state capture, family and friends, and arrogance of power. Ladies and gentlemen, I have heard some Ghanaians say that they are not interested in politics and that they are not going to vote. But let me say, I bet you that you will have a change of mind if you are aware that indeed 11.5 million Ghanaians, representing 33.3% of our people, have been thrown out into extreme poverty due to the bad governance of President Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Bawumia. I bet you will have a change of mind if you are aware that 8.4 million Ghanaians, representing 24.5% of our people, went without food in the year 2023 within a period of 24 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, I bet you will change your mind if you are aware that 2 million Ghanaians are facing acute food and nutrition insecurity, and this is according to the Ghana Statistical Service and the World Bank. You will be sure to note that 35% of our people, particularly youth unemployment, is such that 35% of our people are unemployed, and that 1.9 million of our youth are idling with no work, no training, and no education. And this again is according to the Ghana Statistical Service. Ladies and gentlemen, I bet you will have a change of mind and you will not say that again if you are aware that out of the 33 million Ghanaians,
only about 22 million of our people are jobless. And that 2 out of every 3 Ghanaians are jobless. In fact, you will be surprised to know that 4.5 million of our people have completely given up in the search of jobs because of frustration. Ladies and gentlemen, I bet you will not make that statement again if you are aware that 50% of Ghanaian doctors are now working abroad due to poor working conditions, obviously because this government has failed. And this again is according to the Ghana Human Development Report. Ladies and gentlemen, that statement that I will not be voting because this government has failed, I beg to say that you have a change of mind if you are aware that this MPP government borrowed and overborrowed and have made Ghana bankrupt and insolvent to the extent that even pensioners were forced to accept crude haircut, and that the Bank of Ghana is today bankrupt and policy insolvent, and that the Ghana Cocoa Board has actually collapsed and the cocoa sector is actually collapsing, and almost all state-owned enterprises are also collapsing. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, let me say that with this poor scorecard of President Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Bawumia, I want to use this opportunity to call on you, fellow countrymen and women, that this is a call to duty. You cannot sit on the fence. We owe Ghana a joint effort and a communal labor to rescue our dear country. Many anam Ghana for ahochira badodo. Amani resai, amani rukolechu. Da me pada metoto sramu inde. Mon join NDC. Ni yemfansi sapapa bi, yemfambro mani mu. Baby o man rokon. Aya humuto. Enkankane mbranse. Ezibani nyo mani mu. Sike nyo mani mu. Edume nyo mani mu. Bebre wo buana wada. Da ya tutu sramu inde mombra mbeka yenho ne yemfa obani yemfa nko baby e botum de Ghana akọ yeda mo ase bebre
And this year hey Joe Bodo MFA thank you very much. I want to begin by acknowledging the flag bearer of this great party, the former president and the incoming president of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, and the running mates. And I want to stand on all protocols to thank every single one of you gathered here and all millions of Ghanaians who are listening to us today. First, let me begin by thanking the Northern Regional Executives who have worked very hard to make this program a reality. And also to salute the planning committee at the national level that worked very closely with these executives to make sure that today's program has become such a great program. Our beloved country, Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, is on her knees. Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana is at an all-time low. And all who love this country, and I believe millions of you listening to us, love this beautiful country. Therefore, I want to make a call to you. December 7th is not a battle between the NDC and the MPP. No. Please listen to me carefully. December 7th is not a battle between NDC and MPP. No. December 7th is a battle between those who love Ghana and those who do not love Ghana. December 7th is a battle that calls all who want the good of Ghana to rally to make sure that MPP is defeated. And that means even members of the NPP. Because I believe that there are still many people in the NPP who know that what has happened over the last 8 years under Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia has been nothing short of the total disgrace and destruction of our country. And I'm making this appeal to you, patriotic members of the MPP, and I know and I see some of you, you need to come together with the good people of Ghana to ensure that Nana Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, Napo are disgraced and defeated on December 7th.
Hey!
It is important for your own party, because you need to rescue your party. I don't have a lot of great things to say about your party, but at least I do know that in 8 years of President Kufuor, we did not see this level of destruction. We did not see this level of disgrace. We did not see this level of deception, of total decay of our country. So therefore, it means that there are many of you in the MPP who know what is right. And you need to rally together with the good people of Ghana to ensure that this darkness comes to an end, that this decay comes to an end, that this disgrace comes to an end, that this shamelessness comes to an end. Come December 7th. Comrades, if MPP is not defeated on December 7th, what we'll be doing is letting them believe that you can destroy a country to any degree. You can corrupt a country to any degree. You can steal and make yourself rich at the expense of the people of Ghana. You can cause suffering to the people of Ghana. Desperation and hopelessness to our young people who today want to leave this country in droves. MPP will believe that you can do any of that and still win an election. And if that happens on December 7th, this country is gone. This country is gone. If you allow MPP to still win after 8 years of this suffering, this disgrace, this total destruction of our country. So therefore, on December 7th, it is a battle between Ghana versus MPP. It is not NDC versus MPP, it is Ghana versus MPP. Yes. And they must go on December 7th. We know the level of destruction that has happened. And we know that President John Dramani Mahama, who definitely will win through your help and your support come December 7, is not going to have an easy job come January 7, 2025. But let me tell you why there is hope. John Dramani Mahama is coming from a great tradition. First and foremost, a president who has been inspired by the founder of our country, Kwame Nkrumah. And he's coming from that tradition of a great founder who established this country and built this country, that this country has become a place of pride. John Dramani Mahama is inspired by Jerry John Rawlings, who in 1982 took this country from a place of collapse, a place where this country was on its knees, and together with young patriots started the process that lifted this country, built the infrastructure, and set us on a path of honor and respect again.
Indeed, we have a good history.
John Dramani Mahama is inspired by Atta Mills, a great president who in 2009 met very great challenges in the economy of Ghana. Inflation was hitting almost 20%. The CD had depreciated by over 20%. Our gross domestic reserves had totally collapsed. Our banking sector was in crisis. Deficit was at an all-time high. But through deeds of hard work, through humility, selflessness, and love for country, John Dramani Mahama assisted Prof Mills to set this country out of that difficulty and start a process that has led to 8 years of great achievement for our country. Therefore, John Dramani Mahama comes from a tradition that knows how to resolve problems. If Ghana is in crisis today, there is no one you can trust to deliver than the NDC, whose record of taking this country from crisis and setting it on a path of prosperity. Without doubt.
But let me tell you, taking out MPP is not going to be easy. Comrades of the NDC and fellow Ghanaians, it's not going to be easy taking them out. The reason is simple. They know that once they are out, this time around, punishment will follow them. They know that they will be prosecuted. They know that their corruption, their greed, their destruction of the country will be punished.
Yes.
And because of that, they are going to do everything possible to steal the power from you. So therefore, we need to be extra dedicated. We need to make sure in every polling station, every single one of you is ready to work hard. Open your eyes and ensure that nothing goes wrong. And ensure that the collection of our results, and we assure you, we will make sure that happens. Ezu, the job ahead is not an easy job. But we promise you, we shall deliver it. All we need of you is to come out to your numbers and ensure that you vote against the darkness that has engulfed our country. The shame that has engulfed our country. The destruction that has happened to our country. And we believe that you will help us to achieve that. And once you do, you trust that we will restore this country again like we have done in the past. We have that history of being nation builders. We have that history of being people who love Ghana, who work hard to make sure we lift our country when things are down. Comrades, there's a lot of hard work ahead of us. I want to use the opportunity to thank our 137 members of parliament who continue to work hard on our behalf. I want to single out my brother Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa for the dedicated work he continues to do. We need more patriots, more people who love our country, who are ready to ensure that the hard work gets done. I want to thank our regional chairman and all the executives through the constituencies down to the branches. I want to tell you that your hard work has been great, but it's a 4.5 months to go. Let's finish hard and ensure that we do this for the sake of our country, for the sake of our children, for the sake of our children's children.
The Chairman General, General Mosquito.
Choboy, let me see your flags, the NDC flag. Let them fly.
Oh, look at how beautiful. So beautiful.
Choboy, thank you very much. Your Excellency, the incoming President, John Dramani Mahama, Your Excellency, the incoming Vice President and the first Vice President to be of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Naana Jane Opoku Agyemang. Your Excellency and my own sister Lordina Mahama. I want to say thanks. So all of you out there, wave your hand. You are all comrades in the struggle.
Show your hand, show your hand, show your hand, show your hand, show your hand. Hey,
Zuzu. Today is not a day for long speeches. And I don't intend to make any long speech at all.
I should make sure he speaks by 5. So
today is not a day to convince those who have been converted already and been baptized. Today is the day we are launching the NDC campaign to move to the presidency. So I'm not going to address you. My address is going straight to the presidency. And the occupants of the presidency, His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo. Why am I saying this? Today marks the beginning of a struggle to decide who becomes the leader of this country. And you all remember that 8 years ago, this country was handed over to Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo in one piece by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So to those who know the telephone number of Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, who have any contact to Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, please take this letter for him. Dear Mr. President, you remember that 8 years ago, the NDC and President John Dramani Mahama handed over to you a peaceful country in one piece. We are heading towards a crucial election. You are wearing two caps. You are the leader of a party going into this contest, the New Patriotic Party. But more importantly, you are the current leader of Ghana. You are the president, the first gentleman of the Republic of Ghana. So even as your heart desires that your party will win elections, you have a bigger responsibility of making sure that there is a transparent, peaceful elections in Ghana and there is smooth transition to the incoming president without a drop of blood coming out. And so, Mr. President, we have 4 months now to go into elections. As all previous presidents have acted, we have heard you. We have heard your message on the MPP platform. You are delivering as the leader of New Patriotic Party. We are yet to hear a clear message from you, Mr. President, committing yourself to a peaceful, fair and transparent elections in Ghana, and committing yourself to respect the wishes of Ghanaians and putting yourself in readiness to hand over power peacefully to whoever is chosen by the good people of the Republic. 4 months is too short. President Rawlings declared his preparedness to hand over power to anybody who will win elections 1 clear year before the elections. President Atta Mills did the same. President Kufuor did the same. President Mahama did the same. We are ready to hear what you will say. What you have said already, that you will not hand over until you hand over to the candidate of your party, we consider it to be platform talk. Come out and speak as the father of the nation. You must set the tone for this election. If the election is going to be peaceful, it must begin from the mouth of you, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo. If election is not going to be peaceful, and you want to destroy the country, you want to blow the bridge once you have crossed to an island, let it come from your mouth on a presidential platform. We have heard what you have said on your political platform. We are not MPP people. So we take it that you are addressing your party faithful. Come and speak, President of the Republic of Ghana, and give us assurances that you are interested in peaceful and transparent elections. And when the people decide, you are ready to hand over. Mr. President, we want to urge you to call your appointees to order, to prevent them from abusing the power we have entrusted in them to pursue their political interests, because they will be resisted. Mr. President, we beg you, you are the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Your word to the security sector that you are interested in peaceful and transparent elections will be obeyed, because you are the Commander-in-Chief. Don't hide under any cover. You are the one giving the wrong instructions. Own up and tell them that the power of the masses is stronger than any army or police in the whole world.
Chabai Dunga
Eyezuzu. My next message goes to the Council of State and the National Peace Council. We are beginning the contest for power today. You have been established as the institution responsible for advising the President of the Republic of Ghana. Please stand up and discharge your responsibilities. The nation is in crisis. We are going into a crucial election. Justify the reason why you were put in place. You were not put in place to bootlick the President. You were put in place to advise the President, because we know there will be a time that you will have a President who is recalcitrant. There will be a time that we will have a President who will not listen to the masses. That is why we established the Council of State. Please stand out and be counted. Do your duty. Either you work now or you have yourself to blame 5 months from today. The National Peace Council. Your message is simple. Act according to your name, the Peace Council. We did not establish a Peace Council to be appealing to the emotions of people who have been wronged. We did not establish you to appeal to the oppressed, to guarantee the peace of the oppressor. We established you to speak the truth. Tell whoever is not conducting himself well, whoever is moving on a dangerous path to create problems of this nation. So if you are interested in peace and you want to act according to your name, please be proactive. When you see the early warning signs, don't wait for anybody to wake you from your slumber. Stand up, speak out, and be counted by posterity.
Thank you.
The next message, I want to send it straight to the heads of security in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, is the Chief of Defense Staff listening? Whoever is close to him should nudge him to listen to Asiedu Nketiah on Tamale platform. Where is the IGP? If he is listening, my message to you is simple. The day you were commissioned into leadership of our security services, you swore an oath to protect the interests of Ghanaians. You didn't swear to protect the interests of any regime that is in power for the time being. We know you are working under pressure, but please, you can absorb that pressure and do the right thing for the next 4 months. If you fail on the day of accountability, you will not have the president who is pressurizing now to do the wrong thing to come to your defense. You will be left with yourself and your God. So this is the time for positive defiance. You cannot be following wrong instructions under the excuse that power from above, order from above. There is no order from above.
No order from above.
You swear an oath to this country that you will stand up and defend the country and put your life on the stakes if you fail. So please, we beg you, we trust you. You are the unsung heroes of this, our fourth Republican democracy. Peaceful transitions have happened because you did not look on for wrong things to be done. You defied instructions on the D-Day when you considered the instructions to be wrong and stood up to protect the democracy of this country. Do it once more.
Hey!
My next message is directed to Nananum of this country. Nananum, the chiefs, we did not insulate your institution from multi-party politics, partisan politics, for no reason. We know why we did that. We knew from our past history, if you allow politicians to meddle up with our holy institutions like the traditional councils and paramountcies, you end up with a situation where the institution will be destroyed. Please, you have a role to play beyond appealing to us for peace. Stand firm and neutral in this context, so that if there is a problem and you invite us to adjudicate, we all trust you and come before you and listen to your advice. If chiefs meddle in politics, then there will be a time politicians will meddle in chieftaincy, and we don't want that. That is why we framed the constitution to prevent chiefs from engaging in multi-party or partisan politics. Stay holy, stay clean. We know you are under pressure for Nana Akufo-Addo, who want to compromise every institution in this country. You are our last hope. Stay clean, so that you can protect our democracy. Finally, our religious leaders. Religion is a very important structure in nation building. And so in crafting the constitution, we were very careful to ensure that political parties cannot be formed based on religious denominations. We were careful to ensure that nobody can form a political party based on a religion. And so for the past so many years, this country has stayed peaceful. Nobody has campaigned in this country on the basis of religion. Let me tell you that religion can become a very, very dangerous force that can destroy a nation. If you mix politics with religion, you have a divided nation that cannot be reconciled upon itself. So we are talking to our colleagues in politics that December this year, we are not going to look for a bishop. We are not going to look for an imam. We have those people already. What we are going to look for is a leader who is truthful, who is trustworthy, who has vision, who can lead this country out of the quagmire we are facing. And that leader is President John Dramani Mahama.
Thank you.
Those who know Quran,
Thank you.
go and read the Quran. If you are looking for an imam, the first thing you look for is a truthful person. No religion will accept a liar as their leader. Whether you are Muslim or Christian or Hindu or Buddhist or traditional African religion. So look at the attributes of the choices you are facing and decide. We in NDC believe that President John Dramani Mahama satisfies all the criteria for leadership, whether he is found in a religious circle or whether he is found in a political circle, because he is truthful, he is honest, he is courageous and yet tolerant. He listens to the masses. And so this evening I have come to address this message to these very important leaders of our country, Ghana. Whether Ghana will remain peaceful depends on what happens in these elections. Aluta!
Continua!
Aluta!
Continua!
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And may God bless you. Hey, my brother, I want
We
the
are
song.
going to church.
I want the song. Chase those crazy ball heads out of this town. We are going to chase the crazy ball heads out of this town. Not every ball head, but the crazy ones. Otherwise, we will have to chase Okujato out. So, thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Thank you, General. Thank you, General. Esanse, wadi oman we suda. Na odi oman we su na ye fi se dia oye no enye ye kansem bi kire ye ena ye pamo no be ya suo nsuo asoansa se obeka nyame mu nokure pa dia tie ye hina ye ba beto aba be se abandada ne aban foforo we dia me kwadwa me gina han dia me pe John Dramani Mahama na mamu. Thank you.
If you believe it, pay down salsa, pay down salsa,
music flow.
pay down salsa. Hey, John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama. Oh my God, oh my God, Sepra. The fire couple shots. If you say why you beat that, pay down salsa, pay down salsa. If he said, whoa,
Ghana Frau. Why you did that? Hey, and you do what I said. No, Baha, Betia, Mahama, Betia. Hey, Betia. Yes, I am. Betia. Obi Pajan is an Akasa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Glory. Make some noise for Jack Alolomi. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you all very much. And my thanks goes to the chiefs and people of the northern part of our country, especially those in Tamale. You have given us a good welcome, and we are very grateful. As all our members, and even our admirers too, we are very happy and grateful for your presence. Oh, NDC, you do all. You've all done very well. We are very grateful. Thank you so much. So special greetings to the people of Tamale. It's always a joy to be in Tamale. But you know, today I'm here for a special reason. This is the first time I'm addressing our launch. And again, I'm very grateful for it. We as a country, we know we are in a crisis. We know things are not working. We know that whether we are unable to pay our debts, whether our currency is depreciating, whether we are having a haircut. And let me explain. The haircut has affected our pensioners, but the haircut has also affected the quality of our education. Our education has also received a haircut. So has the haircut affected the quality of our health care. It has also affected even the quality of our roads and the quality of our businesses. So this is very, very serious. Whether it is about the cost of living, whether it is about our businesses collapsing, whether it is about unemployment, whether it is about our children not having nutritious meals because we can no longer afford them. Ladies and gentlemen, whether all these things are happening, we know that they affect everyone without discrimination. But we also know that they affect women more than men. Is that true or not? Where are the women? Are they here? You are here. So you know what I'm talking about. You know that when there's just one mushroom left, you have to turn it into a palatable meal for everyone to enjoy. You know when the children are sick, go to any hospital and see those who bring the patients. It's a woman who do so. When a family member is ill, it's always a woman who stays by the patients. So when things are not working, we feel it more. However, we are also the ones who don't earn that much. We are also the ones who don't generally stay in school for that long. So what should happen? What should His Excellency John Dramani Mahama do? He has thought very long and hard about this problem. He has been in government before. He has handled this country before. He might not have been perfect, but we all know that he did the best he could. He did the best he could by everyone. And this is the time I want to thank the entire northern section of our country for giving the NDC, for giving Ghana a person who prioritizes truth over lies, a person who doesn't give false promises, a capable, highly competent, truthful, respectful leader in the person of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We have tried him. We have tried him. He has been off the radar. He has reflected on what is going on. And he's coming with new policies. And those who make comparisons, you don't compare unlike things. Don't compare his performance and his achievements with what this current government is giving us. It's like comparing cassava to oranges or cassava to lemon. There's no commonality among them. So we are very happy and grateful that His Excellency did not give up on this country, but that he is willing to put himself forth again to rescue this country. And this time, we must all ensure that when he's done the hard work, when all of us have supported in doing the hard work, this country does not return to such a status again. And we are counting on all of you. We are counting on all of us to ensure that we redeem this country, we rescue this country, we stabilize this country, and make us all proud to be Ghanaians. So what did he do? Knowing that it's the women who are suffering so much, he thought long and hard about it. And he came up with a brilliant idea. Ebushafo, Mamreka Nyede. So a man who is in a Messiafona Wabre announced them. So what does he want to do? Also, why do you know there are up and down Messiah woman and Busana show. Na year corner year, but the baby are young Harian. No, and then why do women suffer so much? What work do women mostly do in this country? I the papa Ponya Zuton. Naya Sana Busiana here on those. We don't need huge capital. Some will need that, but the vast majority don't. Somebody wants a little money to sell kuli-kuli. Somebody wants a little money to bake bread. Somebody wants a little money to set up the store. So what does the person do? The person normally goes to the bank. And what does bank manager say? Bank manager is also under instruction. So we are not angry with him. He's doing his work. So he'll ask the lady, go and bring the papers to your house. We don't have the houses. We don't have property. Go and bring the collateral. Go and bring the documents on your land, the estate houses you have built. Anything to convince me as a bank manager that you can pay. So you go once, you know you'll not go again. Most don't even bother. So what is the solution of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to solve this problem? What he's saying is that he will set up a women's development bank. Are the women here?
Are the women here?
Are we listening? We are the ones who take care of the children. We are the ones who take care of the home. We are the ones who know that everybody is at peace. And when there's peace at home, there's peace in the community, there's peace in the country. So this bank is to serve the interest, is to ensure that we can reach as many women as possible. Some need a small amount of money, as I say. So how will this bank operate without a collateral? The bank will operate by looking at the amount of money the woman needs, and we've already targeted 1 million women to benefit.
Hey! 1 million women
and
to be empowered.
And what do they bring? All we are saying is that if it's a small amount and you came for 4,000, 5,000, you bring us back just the 4,500, 5,000. Don't bring any interest. Because because a lot of the women are forced to go to loan sharks, and if you go to them, they give you 2,000. They tell you, bring 2,000 more. Now, what is that woman going to sell to make that kind of profit just to pay? So some will go into hiding, all kinds of indignities that we know women don't need. What women need is help. We want to be able to take care of our responsibilities in the family. We don't always have to become a burden. And now that businesses are collapsing, and our husbands who don't have jobs, our brothers don't have jobs, what are we going to do? You go to your brother's house too often, you start even having problems with your sister-in-law. Listen, there are problems we face, real ones, that nobody has tried to help us with until His Excellency John Dramani Mahama came on board and is thinking about this to ensure that we can also have our peace of mind and we can also support our families and be up to the responsibilities that we face. And I want to assure the guys, the men, where are the men? Are the men here? You are also here.
Hey! Hey!
We want to thank you for all the support you've given us. But what we're saying is that we don't want all the burden to fall on you alone. We want to make sure that we can also help. And you know, when you think of women's businesses, our businesses, you know, we don't have a lot of profit. If I'm just selling a few items in the market, I'm just interested in making enough profit to feed my children. So if she can take a bit of that burden, I'm sure the men will also be happy. Won't you be happy? Will you be happy or not? You know you will be. And so we are counting on your support too, to help us to push this agenda, to ensure that your sisters, your wives, whoever,
thank you,
women in your family also become independent. There are times when your journey or your profession takes you far away from home, and you may not be paid 3 months or so before, but then before that, what should the children do? And the woman is with them. So you see, this is something that cuts both ways. It helps everybody, and we know you are already with us. What we want you to do is to spread the gospel, to tell the good news to other people. This is a serious matter. It is not a gender war. Far from it. It is rather about raising the value of the businesses that women make, making them resilient enough to withstand. It's a bushafo, as some no tetia. Emesiafo yebre, obia rebrebi, na here ne yembre no owo mote. Dama wa bohen po de yembre mesiafo po owo mote. It's obia beyebi. Oya wa mehen posia kakra, onkwa echi. Aha na wa show. It's a Women's Development Bank will do more than simply disburse money. We'll also give the training that allows the businesses to stand, that allows the businesses to thrive. You need business advice, you come. There are fellow women who have been through it who can share their experiences with you. You need a bank manager, you need people on the board who really understand our problems to be able to proffer the proper advice. Nketiah kandama Tamale fo yada wanake. Tamale kaula. Wada wana sipi. Salam alaikum.
On this occasion, I remember one of our foot soldiers called Wasiu. Wasiu would have been here with us. We call him popularly Aponche. For those of you who were in Asiedu North, he is the one who, when there was pressure, he took a cement block and raised it and fought for NDC. Today he's not with us. May Allah grant him peaceful rest. Ghana is at an important juncture in its history, and the decision that we make on 7th December
is going to reflect on the future of this country. A member of the New Patriotic Party, a friend of mine and a former colleague MP, said, he said, it's not Ghana that needs change. He says it's change that needs Ghana. Change is calling Ghana. And that's Kennedy, Honorable Kennedy Agyemang. Change needs Ghana because in the last Afrobarometer survey, more than 80% of Ghanaians said that our country is going in the wrong direction. And if you are going in the wrong direction, if you are walking or you are driving and you are going in the wrong direction, what do? You change your course. And that is why on 7th December, Ghana must change course. We cannot solve the crisis in which we are with the same people who caused the crisis in the first place. Several years ago, somebody came and said, try me. Monso Menche. The result is what we are seeing today. Today another person has come and he's also saying, try me. And he's saying the same things the one who has helped to put us in this ditch was saying 8 years ago. And what they say is that if after 4 years I don't do well, change me. The youth of this country don't have 4 years to waste. The youth of this country are in a hurry to create the opportunities that will make them live a dignified life. They're not going to try somebody and after 4 years decide whether you should continue. The youth of this country want an experienced hand. They want a safe pair of hands. They want a hand that they have seen do it before to come back and take this country and rescue us from the mess in which we have been dumped by the Akufo-Addo government. My brothers and sisters, it is not going to be easy. The more I look at the figures, the more I look at our situation, it is even worse than what this government is telling us. It's going to take a lot of hard work. And as has been said, one person alone cannot do it. We would need the cooperation of the whole country to be able to lift Ghana back on its feet again. I've been out of government for almost 8 years now. I did my best. I wouldn't say things were perfect, but at least we're making progress. What I can promise you is that I will be truthful to you. I will never tell you lies. I will never tell you things that I can't do. The problem with this country is that our policies are based on the short cycle of winning elections every 4 years. And we are not creating the foundation for this economy to take off. And so, we're not making you promises. I'm promising you that I'll work hard day and night to make sure that we reset the fortunes of this country. 4 years of a good leader will make more impact than 8 years of a dishonest leader. It's not about how long you serve. It is about how well you serve. It's not about 8 years or 4 years. It is about hard work. It is about truth. It is about trust. And it is about doing the things that will create a future for our young people. And that is why the NDC is calling on you on 7th December to do your duty to your God and country so that we can turn this nation around. This government is living in an illusion. They are living in a dream world. They are living in a fantasy world. Because
if you are not living in an illusion, when people are hungry, how can you tell them they are satisfied? Puma and the Nyale. And the Nyale. Kakum Malma. Kakanti Yelmane and Teria. Then we can feel the pangs of hunger, and yet this government tells us we are satisfied, and that never in Akufo-Addo's government have people gone hungry. Meanwhile, the statistics clearly show that 8 million of our citizens last year in 2023 went 24 hours without food because they couldn't afford to buy food. Meanwhile, the statistics tell us that almost 2 million of our young people are sitting at home. They are not in school, they are not in education, they are not in training, and they are not in employment. They are just sitting at home idle. And most of them are still living in their parents' houses because they don't have an income to be able to start a life of their own. The statistics tell us that unemployment has risen from just above 8% in 2016 to 14.7%. And yet, they say things have never been this better. And they have the audacity to compare themselves to our first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. How can you compare this useless government that has led Ghana into such crisis to the government of Kwame Nkrumah? The statistics again tell us that things are not well with this country. All the statistics. For a government that said it was going to come with an economic wizard, an economic guru, and that is the reason why he was being brought, to stabilize the economy and stabilize the currency. To take the cedi from 4 cedis to 16 cedis and tell us that, clap for us, we've done well. If such a government is not living in an illusion, what else is an illusion? For a government that has taken inflation as far as 54%, and it is currently still above 20%, to tell us that we should clap for them because they've done well. If they are not living in an illusion, then I don't know what an illusion is. But that is the beauty of democracy. It gives us the opportunity every 4 years to make a change. And the time has come for us to make that change. The time has come for us to reset Ghana. And I believe that 4 years is enough to do the reset of Ghana. We will reset this country so that future generations can come and build on that foundation. Our intention is to ameliorate the damage that has been done. We all saw what happened in the banking sector clean-out. The indigenous capital of Ghanaians in our banking sector was wiped away with one very reckless decision. And so today, most of our people who were working in the banking sector for these banks are today unemployed. And I'm sure there are some of them here. Today, some of them are Uber drivers, some are bakers, some are even driving Abuboya and Mahama Kambu. The time has come for us to make a change. And I've said when we come, we will restore. For those who unjustifiably had their banking licenses withdrawn, we shall restore their licenses to them. So that we can create more employment for our people. The debt restructuring has given people haircuts, and that's what Naana was talking about.
Today, the savings of our middle class has been eroded because of the debt restriction. Our pensioners, and I'm sure there are some of the pensioners here, your provident fund that you used to buy bonds and other things, in order that when you go on pension, you'll be able to buy your medication and be able to look after yourself. Today, this government has endangered your future. Many might not live long because they cannot afford to buy medicines. And this government does not deserve 1 day longer. But our constitution says they still have 5 months to go. But come December, we must take the decision that will change the trajectory of our country. The world is waiting for a signal. Ghana is waiting for a signal. Investors are all holding on because they want to see what will happen in Ghana. We must take a decision on 7th December that shows the world that we are serious people. And that we know that our country needs a turnaround. And so 7th December, let us all make sure we come out in our numbers and we vote so that we move this government out. Let us not lose hope. Let us have hope. Because I can assure you that the next NDC government is a government that will restore hope and create opportunities for our young people. NDC has the men and the women. And it's not like what the MPP said, we have the men. And we didn't know they were area boys. NDC has capable men and women who are capable of turning our fortunes around. And our first priority is going to be job creation, so that we can create jobs for the teeming youth of this country. And that is why I'm proposing the 24-hour economic policy. The policy is going to be linked with aggressive food production and modernization of our agriculture. And that's why I'm saying in every district we're going to create farmer service centers. We will bring the tractors, the planters, the plows, the seeds, the fertilizer. And if you're a farmer, you must register with the center. And at the beginning of the farming season, we'll give you all the inputs that you need so that you can produce your crops. And when you have sold your crops, you come back and pay for the inputs that you have been given. The 24-hour economy is going to be linked to an accelerated export development program. We're going to create agro-processing zones. And we're going to create a new class of agribusiness people. And so all you young people will be encouraged to go into agro-processing. You can buy the food of the farmers, you can process it, package it nicely, either for domestic consumption or for export. And there's going to be an accelerated export development program of which I, the president, will be the chairman to make sure that we increase the exports of Ghana. Ghana has the human resources to turn our nation around. Ghanaians are capable. Ghanaians are capable. They need the right leadership. They need a selfless leadership. And that is why I'm saying that governance is going to be a key platform of the new government. One of the things we will continue is the work Prof. Tamale started of reviewing the 1992 Constitution and amending it so that it will be a living document that guides our country into the future. We will continue the constitutional review to amend the various sectors that are holding us back. We know that the vast majority of our people want our district chief executives to be elected so that they can hold them accountable. We will look at the work the Constitutional Review Committee did, and I think that in 4 years we can forge the consensus that will amend the Constitution and make it a better document for us.
Another aspect of governance will be to strengthen the institutions. We're going to work with the judiciary. We're going to work with parliament so that we can strengthen these institutions in order that they can be the bulwark of our democracy. But of course, the most important issue in governance is the fight against corruption and accountability. If you don't want to be accountable, go and do your own business. Whatever you do in your business, nobody is coming to hold you to account because it is your own investment. But if you decide that you want to come into public service, then be prepared to be held accountable. And so I've said it and I'll say it again. For those people who have been involved in scandals and various acts of misappropriation in this government, this MPP government, we shall investigate you and we will let the law take its course. We will hold everybody to account. And if you have abused your public trust, the people of Ghana will exact the sanction that is required. But I serve notice too that our country is at a pivotal point. If you read the Afrobarometer survey, you will find that trust in democracy is at its lowest in our history. And this is our last opportunity to salvage our democracy. So it is not going to be business as usual. For those who wish to serve in the new administration, know that you're coming to serve in an administration of modesty. You're coming to serve in an administration of honesty. You're coming to serve in an administration of hard work. And you're coming to serve in an administration of accountability. And so as we hold the previous government accountable for wrongdoings, if you serve in the John Mahama government, the next John Mahama government, if you are accused of wrongdoing, you will also be punished and held accountable. Because it is going to be as they say in the Akan language, Aba yadibo techino, enwa en yadibo bang. And so if you want to serve in this administration, you must be prepared to be accountable. We're going to launch our manifesto next month in August, before the end of August. And we're launching it in Central Region. So Central Region, when you go back, start preparing. We're coming to launch the manifesto. And when we launch the manifesto, there are a lot of interesting things there. We will spell out the blueprint that we intend to pursue to change the fortunes of our country. But let me just mention a few, and I think Naana did. Our women are the majority of our population. And our women dominate the commerce, trade, agriculture, agro-processing sectors of our economy. And yet sometimes, our mothers and our sisters need just 1,000 Ghana cedis to be able to use as capital for their business, and they are not able to get it. And that is why, as Naana said, we're going to set up a National Women's Bank. It is going to have its branches in the markets, in all the places that women do business. Your bank, your women's bank is going to be there. And it will be responsible for giving you small credit so that you can grow your businesses and be able to look after your families. We know that it is the mothers and the sisters and the women who, when they get a little money, they take it home and look after our children. And so if we empower the women, we're empowering ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to improve the free SHS. We are going to improve the free SHS. We are going to work hard to remove the obnoxious double track system. so that all our children can go to school at the same time and close from school at the same time. We don't want the situation where our children come home and stay home for 4 months before they go back to school. And so we're going to improve the free SHS. We're going to sit with the teachers and the parents and all the stakeholders, and together we will forge an implementation plan that will make the free SHS better. We're going to improve health care. And in our 2020 manifesto, we talked about the introduction of primary health care. When the manifesto is put out, you'll see the provisions that are there for primary health care. We're going to uncap the NHIS. Currently, this government has capped the NHIS and is taking some of the NHIS money into the consolidated fund. And that is why when you go with your NHIS card, the hospitals are reluctant to serve you because they don't refund the claims that they make. So we'll uncap the NHIS so that when you go, you can get good, affordable treatment at our health facilities. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue to remove schools under trees. Prof. Samuel started that program, and we provided good school environment for hundreds of thousands of children. We're going to continue the removal of schools under trees and improve our basic education. For tertiary students, we're going to take a part of your university land. We will sit with your universities, they will carve out a portion of your land. And we're going to work with the private sector to build student hostels so that you will live on campus and not live elsewhere and suffer the danger of traveling to and from home to school. We want our tertiary students to live on campus so that they can stay on campus and learn. There are several instances where students leaving the university and going for accommodation outside the university have either been knocked down by vehicles, attacked by armed robbers, or have found themselves in danger. There are many, many things that we intend to do, but let me just address finally our party. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an election like no other. And if you say you are NDC, then you better get prepared. Everybody is going to volunteer. We're not going to sleep for 48 hours until all the ballots have been counted. None of us is going to sleep for 48 hours until all the ballots have been counted. And I wish to assure all the people of Ghana who intend to vote for the NDC, I can promise you that we will protect every single vote. We have had our issues with the Electoral Commission, but we are prepared to give them the benefit of the doubt. And at the same time, we also must use the instruments that the electoral process affords us to be able to make sure that we police the poll. And that is why we are calling those of you who want to volunteer. Everybody is going to be a party agent on that day. Even if you are not selected as one of the 2 party agents, you are going to be there to make sure that the right thing is done. The Electoral Commission regulations say that at the end of counting, when the pink sheet has been filled, the pink sheet must be pasted on the wall of the polling station. Listen to me carefully. You must all insist that the returning officer must paste 1 copy of the pink sheet on the wall of the polling station. When he has done that, please take your mobile phone and take a picture of the pink sheet, so that tomorrow when somebody changes the pink sheet, we will know that it is a fake pink sheet. Abato ayebetui ejina nokre ene entro yebeyi se nokre nie entro nie eno ho abato ne ebeto na minim se esumbia obia asumbia se bible se Quran ni na kire se emre bia yemfa nokre emfa nye adwuma na minim se nyame adawroma Nyame adawurmanti 7 December abato a yebetui Nyame adomanti NDC bedi nkonim ewa abato no Enyamime Oshikini wabafo 7 December eye anokwale ke amalete ni wofe wosumana anokwale ke Kristo fo jibo ke muslimi jibo wofe Bible ke Quran chon wake wokwe anokwale achu ewo nlake nyumodromo hewo 7 December NDC ba yenkuni ye tikiemi Angbanyu fa Metro Bikeke 7 December konkonwe ankaya antuwere kele kasinteng na efe bukonko na yantu Anki kenyi fene afule kakramo ko fayo church anye Bible ni Quran benyi na anye fene sankma anta kasintenshu amso nyi fene inshallah 7 December konkonwe ankaya antuwere NDC Benji Nasara Kumoto Novinho Medogwina Mikata Mauna Irami. Thank you very much. I want to thank the organizers for this good choreography. I also want to thank our traditional leaders who came here to represent the Yana. May God bless you for coming to join us. I want to thank everybody who took time to come here. May God take all of us safely back home. Once we launch this campaign, we are not going to sit. We're going to go from market to market. We're going to go from trotro station to trotro station. We're going to go from house to house. We're going to go from shop to shop. Don't wait till the campaign teams come before you come and follow our convoy. Even when we are not there, you must be working. And so on this occasion, we want you all to go home safely. On this occasion, as the leader and flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, I declare the campaign, NDC campaign for 2024 election duly launched. Thank you very much. Akwenami.